class we have seen system security and server security. Yes, today we are going to see internet security. So all these security are come in parallelly. Okay. The objective of the session is to make you known about the internet security, and the session outcome of the session is that the students may be able to understand the concept behind the internet security, and the outline that we are going to see is in the introduction part of the internet security. Then we're going to have the definition part of what is meant by internet security and why we need the internet security. Okay, and we'll be dealing with the hackers and what are the classes involved in hackers and what are the phases involved in hackers, and what are the types. So already we have seen types of hackers also, and we'll be seeing what are the examples of attacks, and we'll be seeing the antivirus. What are the possible antivirus that can be used for securing the internet or the computer system, and we'll be seeing the types of various viruses also. Okay, with this we'll wind up the today's class. Okay, so coming on to the introduction part. So internet, as you all know, so internet is mainly considered as a insecure channel. So it's a channel wherein which you can go for exchanging the information from one person to another person. Okay, so in this internet we call some we can say that some hacking of personal information can be carried out. Okay, that we call it as an intrusion or a fraud. So intrusion, yesterday we have seen IDS and PES, IPS. Okay, so intrusion detection system and intrusion prevention system. Okay, so the main purpose of using that is we have to go for detecting what are all the attacks that has been happened, or what are all the threats that has been happened. Okay, so here we can see such as phishing. So what is meant by phishing activity is it's a cyber attack that uses the disguised email as a weapon. Okay, so it's with the method of trying to gather the personal information using the deceptive emails and the websites. Deceptive means to deceive someone. Okay, to deceive the recipient emails. Okay, the thing is that the goal of the phishing attack is to trick the email recipient into believing that the message is something they want or need. That is, suppose the person may be in any request from their bank or a note from someone in their company. So the phishing activity will make them to click on a particular link or download a particular attachment. So these are all the false fake pages created to make the attention to the hacker's site. So that is that activity or that attack is called as phishing attack. Okay, so all these will happen because internet is an insecure channel. Okay, so internet security is more relevant to the browser security, and network security is also combined with that. Okay, so the main objective of this internet security is to establish the rules or is to protect from the attacks. So the main motive is to give protection against the attacks over the internet. Okay. Okay. So even though internet it offers many informations to the users, what are all the requirement from the user side, they'll be going for browsing on the internet, whatever the information needed to acquire. Okay, so internet gives lot of advantages and opportunities to the users. Okay, so even though it gives all those, it also has some risk also, security risk also. Okay, and we can access wherein which the internet is useful for access the banking records, credit card statements, can go for getting the tax returns. So highly sensitive personal informations will be transferred or exchanged between the client and the server. Okay, so all these happen with the help of this internet. Okay, so with all these internet has to be secured one. So the whatever the information you are giving, that should be a secured one. Okay, so so internet security is mostly essential one. Okay, so what does internet security means? It includes the browser security. Okay, so browser, the thing is that if the user wants to need to search for any content, they'll be going to the browser and visiting some websites. Okay, so internet security is including browser security, that is the security of the data they have entered into the web form. Okay, and it all about the authentication of data and the protection of data. So internet security is all, it's going to be securing the personal information or sensitive information, all kinds security needed to be protect the data, as well as authentication of the data and the protection of the data. This all can be sent via the internet protocol. Okay, so how will you define or compare the security with that of the safety? So security means you have to go for securing the computer with the technologies. Okay, and safety means we have to act in such a way to protect against the attacks or the threats or the risk. So that is safety. Okay, and what is the need for internet security? So today internet is being stuck with different kinds of sensitive data. Okay, so there may be more chances of hacking the data. Okay, so hacking the data may lead to crash your system, or the hackers may go for accessing your personal information, or it results in some losses to the client or the persons who are being hacked. Okay, so we need a internet security to keep the informations safe and the system safe from the malicious activities or malicious software. Okay. See here, why do we need internet security? That is, request will be sent by the client, and the server will be accepting the request, and they'll in return they will be sending the response to the client. Okay, so it will be identifying where the computer is located. Okay, and in response it also carries some carries with it unwanted hidden software also. Okay, so client is being watched, or it watches and records everything what you do on the online. Okay, and leaving your password and something personal informations on the internet should be a risky one. Okay, so the criminals will be accessing your private information, and they can go for stealing your identity of information or your money, or they can also go to you hijack your computer for illegal purpose. So for all these illegal activities, we need to have a security over the internet. Okay, so what are the main security related threats on the internet today? So these are some of the attacks have been listed here. Hijacked web servers, denial of service attacks, cross-site scripting, trapdoors, email spoofing. So moreover, we have come across all these names in the prior session itself. So just we have go through in a quick way. Okay, hijacked web server or web server hijacking means, so the hackers will go and replace or modify the web pages, front page of the web pages. Okay, so by modifying the changing the contents of the web server, the attacker can gain access over it. Okay, so how do the attackers or the hackers will do the web hijacking of web server? So they will be capturing the password with the help of the password sniffer tools. Okay, and they can also utilize this web server hijacking with the help of the buffer overflow attack. Okay, and they'll be mounting the web server's file systems. Okay, so with the use of this web server CG script, they can go using the tracking the passwords also. So with these things, password sniffer, buffer overflow attack, and CG script, they can go for cracking the passwords. Okay, with this they can hijack the web servers. So how can the defensive measures to be taken for web server hijacking means, they can have the frequent backups. Okay, and they can also have the IDS system, that is intrusion detection system, which can be a software installed on their systems to monitor the system for the penetration of the attacks. Okay, so this will be a helpful one. It will be sending alarm or alert message to the users of the computer system. Okay, and it will also can have the defensive measure is don't run any unnecessary services on the web server. Okay, and patch known bugs. Patch means it is nothing but a set of changes to a computer program, or it's supporting data design to update or fix the bugs. Okay, patch is nothing but a software used to fix the bugs. Bugs means errors. Okay, so in this defensive manner, they can overcome the web server hijacked threat or attack. Okay, the next attack is denial of service attack. So yesterday or in the previous session only, we have deal with the denial of service attack. That is one client sending more requests to the one destination. One destination means one server. Okay, so this is an attack, an attempt to make a mission or a network resource unavailable to its intended user, so that the server cannot be capable of receiving so many requests, and it becomes the traffic becomes too high, so that it could not send the service in return to the request of the client. Okay, this is a denial of service attack. Okay, so how it is done, how the DOS attack has been done. Okay, so it will be done with the help of sending the lots of requests. That is, the request may be a HTTP request or SMTP request to the server. Okay, as well as they can also this denial of service attack can also attack the routers, and they can also go for attacking the DNS, domain name servers. So in these three ways, the denial of service attack has been carried out. Okay, the next attack is cross-site scripting attack. So cross-site means this is nothing but a coding written on the client side. Okay, so in short, we can call it as XSS. It's a type of computer security vulnerability which enables the attackers to inject the client-side script into the web pages. So that web pages will be viewed by the other users. Okay. So the users who are visiting this web pages will make that as a vulnerable site, that is weak site. Okay. So using this SSS attack, that is cross-site attack, they can also go for steal the cookies. So cookie is, what is meant by cookie means it's nothing but a software program used with web applications for authenticating the users and tracking the users and maintaining some specific information about the users. Some special personal informations will be maintained about the user. Okay. So once the cookie is set on your computer, only that website that created the cookie can read about the particular personal information about the user, not the other. Okay. So how it is done? That is, the attacker can go by injecting the script that reads the site's cookie. Okay. This sends the cookie to the attacker site. Okay. So the attacker can now log into the site as the victim. So because the cookie's information has been transferred to the attacker site with the help of this cross-site scripting attacks. Okay. There are some other cross-site scripting attacks. They are defacement and phishing. So defacement means actually it is attacker will use this defacement, that is injecting the script that automatically redirects the victims to the attacker site. Okay. So script, see here, evil.com. So this is a website. It will directly cause the victim to redirect to the attacker site. Okay. Phishing means creating the fake pages. So after creating the fake web pages, it will ask for the user to give the user's personal informations or login credentials, other sensitive informations from the user. Then the particular user's data will be sent to the attacker site. That is called as phishing attack. The next attack is email spoofing. So already we have seen email spoofing is nothing but the creation of email messages with the false source address. Okay. So the recipient will be receiving from the false sender address. Okay. So spam emails or phishing emails will use this such kind of spoofing to mislead the recipient about the origin of the message. That is called as email spoofing. So how to prevent from the email spoofing? That is how the user can identify whether it is coming from the original sender or it is false sender. That is from the received. So email spoofing is forging the sender's real email address. Okay. So the IP address of the source computer sending the mail can be easily identified from the received lines. From the email header itself, they can easily identify that it is coming from the original sender or it is coming from the false sender. So from that, the user can easily identify it is from the not from the original sender. So trapdoor. The next attack is trapdoor. It is otherwise called as backdoors. So this is nothing but a program, a new program that will be installed on the computer. So which will modify the already existing program. For that purpose, trapdoor is mainly used. Okay, it's a method of bypassing the normal authentication methods. Okay. So, for example, the Raptor My Doom virus, it's a type of virus which is emerged in the early 2004 and created a backdoor on the port number 3127 to spend the email spams. Okay. So in 2003, an attempt was made to create a backdoor in the Linux kernel. Okay. So coming to the conclusion of the that is keeping the server and the third-party application, that is server and any new applications installed on your computer should be updated one. Okay, and do not trust any user input. Okay, and also monitor, you can go for monitoring the runtime activity to detect the attacks, ongoing attacks. Okay, and review code and review the design and identify the possible weaknesses what you are facing in the computer system. Okay, next coming to the hackers. So who is the hacker? Hacker the person who is an individual intelligent person with an excellent computer skill, with the ability to create the computer software and explore the software and the hardware. Okay, for example, for some hackers, hacking is a hobby. It's like they will do this job like a hobby to see how many computers they can go for compromising. Okay, their intention mainly to gain the knowledge or to do any illegal activities. So there are three different kinds of hackers. The first person called as black hats, gray hats, and white hats. So already we have seen all these. Black hats, they are the extraordinary they have the extraordinary computing skills, and they'll do destructive activities. So they are also called as crackers. Okay. Gray hats, individuals who do both the offensive and defensive at various times. Okay, offensive means it's in the attacking manner. Defensive, protect against the attacks. Okay, fine. So white hat, they are the profession hacker skills. They have the professional hacker skills and use them for defensive purpose. Okay, so they are called as security analyst. Okay, so they'll be doing their job with the permission of any institution or any enterprises. Okay, for the purpose of recovering from the issues they are facing. Okay, so these are all the phases in hacking. The first one is reconnaissance. So reconnaissance means it's a process of obtaining the information about the enemy forces. Okay, so whatever the secret maintained by the military forces, it is a process to obtain the secret information about the opponent military enemy forces. That is called as reconnaissance. Okay. Next process is scanning the information, then gaining the access of information, then maintaining the accessibility, then covering the tracks. Okay. So there are so many examples for attacks. Already we have seen this phishing attack. So phishing is nothing but creating a fake web pages. So with that fake web pages, the user is tempted to acquire, that is the hackers is making an attempt to acquire the sensitive information such as username, passwords, credit card details, and something else. Okay, that is called as phishing attack. So here you can see this phishing attack. In this, you can kindly notice that please click on the link below to proceed. Okay, so this makes the user to make an attempt to click on that particular link. which will redirect into the attacker site, and they will be collecting all the informations about the users, sensitive informations. Okay, so this attack is called as phishing attack. Okay, next attack is called as form. So forming is another technique used to steal the confidential access code, and it will also redirect the user to a rogue server. Rogue means it is someone who behaves in a dishonest way or a criminal way. So a rogue server means it is not a original server. It is mainly a server which will be collecting the sensitive information of the user for the purpose of the attackers. Okay. So here you can see the normal procedure, what happened, and hacked. Okay, in normal, it will ask the DNS for the address of the bank servers. If suppose the user is going to access or transfer any, make the transaction from the bank, then it will be accessing the address of the bank server. And the DNS gives the actual bank's server address. Okay, then the establish the source establishing the secure online banking session with the correct IP address. That is the normal procedure. So while if it is hacked means, then all the details will be, user information will be hacked by the hacker, and it will be redirected to the attacker's site. So that after receiving the bank details, account details, they can go on, the hackers can go on easily transfer the money. Okay, so it is an illegal activity. Okay. Next attack is SQL injection. So SQL is a structured query language, and it is a technique used to take the advantage of a non-validated input vulnerability. They will be passing the SQL commands through the web application for executing the backend database. Okay. Here you can see the username. It is given as R1 equals 1 minus minus. It is nothing but injecting the SQL command into this. It will redirect to the attacker site. Okay. So all these we have seen so many types of attacks. So we should be safe in accessing the internet. So security is mainly to be carried out. Okay. So internet security is very important in personal computer. Okay. So there are some antivirus need to be installed on your system, and we'll see that antivirus means it's a program that searches into your personal computer. It will be installed in your personal computer. Okay. So with this antivirus, you can go for protecting the malicious attacks. Okay. There are some list of famous antivirus has been listed here. Panda, Norton. You might have heard all these kinds of antivirus, and you might have been using all these antivirus in your installed in your system also. So Panda, Norton, Sky, McAfee, Bit Defender. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, fine. So Panda Antivirus will automatically detect all types of virus, worms, Trojan horse. Okay, and it also eliminate all those types of viruses. Okay. Norton Antivirus is an internet security and anti-spyware product for the home. And it is also a solution to the manage the IT professional also. It will also, Norton will also give a higher, maximize the IT performance for business also. So Sky Antivirus, it also protect the home computers. Okay, McAfee, these such kinds of antivirus will be protecting your PC from the virus. To infiltrate the computer system without the owner's permission. Okay, so for accessing as unauthorized access, they can access the computer system